both political parties, Greens and SNP, went into the election saying that there should be a referendum in this session of the Scottish Parliament. The SNP said it should be in the first half. If it can be achieved on that timescale, I'll be very happy about it. I'm actually much more interested, though, in how we get into the substance of the debate. How do we, again, present to the people of Scotland a compelling vision about Scotland's future as an independent country, as a progressive voice on the world stage? It's the substance of the debate that I think is going to be inspiring to people, more so than the kind of slightly processy question about, precisely which month will it be in. When vaccine certification or vaccine passports were first mooted, and I have to remind Conservative colleagues that it was first proposed at UK level rather than Scotland, that was at a time when a huge number of people, including huge cohorts of younger people, hadn't had access to the vaccine at all. And so there was a real concern about social inequality, about generational injustice. There are other concerns, and I don't think anybody is pretending that this doesn't come with downsides, that it's a completely unproblematic policy. Even the public health officials who are recommending it and who are saying that Scotland, just like lots of other countries, needs to do this to drive up vaccine uptake. I don't think even they are saying that it's unproblematic, that it doesn't have a downside. And I think it was responsible that political parties listen to the public health experts and take their advice that this kind of system is necessary. We have a backstop date to end it so that it's not going to become a permanent feature of life. And we have brought it in a way that means enforcement only comes later once the system is properly functioning. Sadly, it doesn't surprise me. Look, it's only very recently that every political party, other than the Greens, was supporting maximum extraction. The idea that you can just drill for every drop, despite the fact that we know it's incompatible with our climate targets and with the goal of having a viable world, not just for human beings, but for the rest of the living world as well. I'm really pleased that is changing now. And I think it's as a result of Greens being in the room. The SNP have changed their position, Labour have changed their position, the Liberal Democrats, if you remember them, they've changed their position too. The Tories are now isolated as being the only party pretending that you can keep drilling for every drop and meet our climate targets. I think even at a global level, the International Energy Agency is saying very clearly new fossil fuel extraction is not compatible with our survival. So the tide is turning, and I think it's a result of Greens being in the room that the Scottish political landscape is changing on this. I think ultimately the UK government and the Tory party will have to be faced with the scientific reality around us as well. I regret the fact that they're digging their heels in, they're dragging their feet, use whatever metaphor you want, they're not doing what's necessary. But we face this incredible pivotal moment in history, this generation that has the last chance to make the changes that are required on the scale and pace that those changes are needed if we're going to give ourselves even a half viable chance for the future. If these changes had been made 20, 30 years ago, this would all be easy. It would be done slowly and calmly and easily. We're only in a climate and nature emergency because the world didn't listen to green voices in those previous decades and those previous generations. So we're now faced with an urgent challenge to make these changes fairly, but to make them fast as well. Greens are committed to doing that, and I'm delighted that we're going to have the chance to make that change a reality as part of the Scottish Government.